What's up, Rube? It's Little Big Robots, back with another video. In my month-long videos here in MyBuild May, in which I am reviewing several of the new MyBuild kits. I'm also going to be doing some custom stuff, trying to make a custom pilot, all sorts of fun stuff. Today, I'm going to be looking at, this is one of the newer ones they put out. And if you like this sort of thing, make sure that you subscribe. I put out generally 2 videos a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays. I'm trying to get to 6,000, 7,000, whatever it is by the end of the year. And if you want to know a little bit of a history on MyBuild, I put one up in the last video where I reviewed this guy right here. And these are some of the other kits I have right now. This one is done. This is a 7005 Humvee. And it is just like it sounds. It's a Humvee. They have a few vehicles. Let me show you the other one I built here. Oops. So they have a few non-mech vehicles. This is the other one that I built that I really liked. This was actually really fun to build. I'll have the reviews for all of these in the description. I'll probably just have the playlist put up. So if you want to check that out, this one, it folds up. It comes with the mech. The arms fold out. He runs around like a boss and kicks butt, stuff like that. And so what I'm going to be doing this after this reviews, I'm going to be seeing which minifigs I can customize and how they fit the different ones, because I want to make a minifig of myself and have it fit into any one of these. So this is their new Humvee kit. Let me scoot all this back just a bit here. Like I said, if you like any of these, just keep an eye out on the description there. It's gonna have a playlist with everything in it. This one was a lot of fun. I had this cool little thing in there, guns and stuff. So the Humvee is, I'm gonna go ahead and detach this real quick, and I'll show you that little trick of it in just a second. I'll put that little thing down, set that there so I can look at that. This is the Humvee itself. It's actually a really fun build. Pretty sturdy. I need to kind of come up with a rating scale on some of these. That one of the ratings I would go for is how many studs or visible studs there are left in the or on the model itself. I might even, if I find one that I want to paint, because I do eventually want to paint one of these, I think that would be a lot of fun to make it look more realistic or whatever, is to actually cut those off, smooth them out, maybe put something underneath there to smooth that down, or maybe put some stuff to resemble like an undercarriage of a truck, so there's a lot of little things you can do. It's got a lot of neat little play gimmicks here. You can open the door, there's an actual interior. I believe the roof comes off pretty easily. It took off the back with it, but that's fine. So it has a nice little interior there. It has a back door here, and one of my real pleasures in toydom are toys that have an interior, vehicles, whatever, mechs, whatever. And here you can see you can fit, all 4 in there. Little steering wheel is pretty nice. So it's got some nice little effects like that. This is a cool little gate back here. You can throw the different stuff in. You could even modify this. That might be a fun idea. Let me set this down. To modify this and have it become like a troop carrier, that would be a lot of fun. Let me put the roof back on, because I do like the interior, but I want to show you what I mean. So you could have, like, here is your thing like that. You could lift it up, maybe have a couple troops back there, or maybe have some kind of a ramp system or something. You could do all sorts of neat stuff. This is a really fun little model. There's like I said, a lot of fun to build. The vehicles are my favorite. Of course, I'm here for the mechs and stuff like that. But this is really neat. It has this cool axle up front, this turning axle, and that's nice and sturdy. That's got a nice tightness there. That once you set it in a in a position, it's going to stay there. Also, the rolling action is really nice. That it really works. They just have, each wheel is loose. It's not on an axle, so they don't roll together. But that's fine. It's totally fine, makes it really smooth. It comes with, oh, and by the way, this, for some reason, I can't find my magazine that came with this kit. Let me show you what I'm talking about here, the Guns magazine. And I don't know if it dropped somewhere. Maybe my cat ate it. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see here. So you see, you assemble the magazine, the gun. That magazine I cannot find. And I'm wondering if I just lost it somewhere or whatever, but I'll keep an eye out for that, because each one of these kits has leftover parts, which I'll go over that in a minute as well when I talk about customization. The two instruction manuals are fine. Let me talk about those actually in a second. I'm going to talk about the trailer next. The trailer is a lot of fun too, because again, you get some cool little gimmicks. You get these little cabinets you could put, ammo or whatever, alien space eggs or whatever you want in it. So those are really nice. You got some on the front and on the back. You have this fun little latch here, and it has this little drone that can attach to the top. I thought this was a clever reuse of some of the steering wheels. So you got this nice little drone. It has this kind of cool little rotational thing like this. You can kind of go down and sit there or whatever. They have it attached here to the top as well, so you could actually attach it using that little bit there. Like that, and then it's attached and it's sturdier. I personally like to store it in here, or I would just not even have the drone, because I would put something. I love interior stuff, but I want to store stuff in there that's kind of more useful. It's got a cool little walkie-talkie thingy down here, like that. See? So that's kind of a weird place. Somebody has to tell me. I wonder if in the real life military equivalent of this, if they just store those kind of stuck in there. This trailer hitches are really neat. Is a really cool optional thing here. It's got this hitch that it'll go down, so when it's sitting there, it sits flush. Whenever it picks up, you can pop that up. And what I found is easier is go ahead and pull the hitch out of the Humvee and then attach it to that, and then you can just plug that. Move the little turntable for a second. Dope. You just plug that into the Humvee hitch spot back there, and it's a little easier to get on than otherwise. So you have this pretty cool little model. I think it looks great, especially compared to the mechs. I like how it gives you kind of an idea of the size that we're going for here. Now, the one I'm building right now, I'm building the what is it called? The Titan, and I don't know if I don't think the inner frame is any larger. I think it's probably they're all the same height, but I don't know if they added on stuff to the feet or whatever. It's going to be a little bit taller. But I like that. I think it really matches the rest of them well. It gives you a good sense of scale. They're kind of a little bit smaller than like a Titanfall-esque size. I think that's really cool. They're not just ginormous mechs. Let me show you some funny things over here. When you're building it, for example, when you take this out first, it says here you're going to use that bag, right? And then so you go to step number 1 in that bag. Well, that bag had several other bags in it. This was probably more of a case with the other kits, I've noticed. It's kind of weird. One of the only quibbles I have, So let's see here if I can find one that kind of... Watch me not find one now. Might be with my other model kit. Where is it? But their bags are numbered. So you'll have bag... Let's see if it shows here. Anyway, the bags are numbered, and they say like 1, 2, 3, 4. And so you'll go in that bag, and you'll look for... Let me check the Titan. Maybe it has it. It does not. It does not. Here we go. Found one. So see how that has number 5 in it? The main issue I had is this number might be what they ask you to get, but then you'll be on step number 1, and you'll open up bag number 1, let's say, for what you thought was going to have everything for step number 1 or whatever, even though the bag's not necessarily numbered there. It doesn't show it there. And there'll be a piece, and maybe I'll show this in photos as I talk about it, but there'll be a piece that you see in the first few steps and you think, it should be just in bag number 1 or whatever. Nope, you'll find it bag number 5 or bag number 4. And am I just doing it wrong? I have no idea. It's not a big deal. Again, it doesn't hurt you, but what you end up with is kind of what I ended up with the LOZ kits, those little toy kits you get for real cheap, the little smaller brick size kits. And you wind up with just a big pile of bricks. So it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. You're basically assembling a jigsaw puzzle. So if you want to assemble it like a jigsaw puzzle, you can sort out the pieces. That's going to save a little time. I didn't want to do all that. I just pour it into a box lid or something like that and go for it. And try to hope that my cat doesn't swallow any of the pieces, like a piece of an ammo box for an M50 or whatever it is. So keep that in mind. There are a few parts and places where it'll be kind of hard to tell. This isn't a real example, but this is kind of an example of an example. So let's say it'll say this part goes there. You can see that that dot goes onto that dot, obviously, but sometimes the drawings will be a little bit off. That's not an example of it. Of course, that one looks pretty obvious. and you'll really kind of you'll miss where it's going. Like that looks like it could be going on top of that, but then the arrow would be pointing there, so it can get a little confusing. You're not quite sure. And if you're building it while watching videos or hanging out, you know, watching anime or talking to your friends or whatever while you're doing it, you're going to mess that stuff up. And I had to reassemble some parts quite a bit. So it's not a big deal. The instructions are nice and plain, but occasionally you'll just get stuff and you'll be like, wait, what was that? And this part here was pretty hard to get in, and actually ended up breaking one of these, but they give you extra. Not worried about that. You know, just little stuff like that. Overall, the pieces fit really well. They're nice and tight. There's not too many, from what I can tell, there's not too many gaps or anything, but I thought it came out and made a really cool model. Like I said, though, my favorite part of it is how it looks, you know, next to these kind of standard, because you have, you know, the room for the minifig to go into, but you know, you could really do some fun little diorama type stuff. What I'm going for at the end of this month, after a few reviews and stuff like that, is doing showing how you can kind of customize these things, even though they're a brick thing. Maybe gluing some together, making it more like a permanent model kit or toy, and then having the opportunity to have like a matched pair or some kind of a diorama type situation where it looks more like a model kit and less like just bricks. I mean, the attractiveness of this stuff is that it does look like bricks. That's a genre of model kit that is just really, really fun. It kind of gives you neat ideas, but I love how these look together. Let me close this back here. How do I close? Oh, it just goes, I forgot it goes down by itself. So there you go. So look how it looks next to that. Isn't that cool? That is really cool. I love this sense of scale. So I'm going to have to get me some minifigs. I have all my minifigs in there. Big old bag of them. And then I'm going to start, the next video I'm going to do is I'm going to start figuring out you know, what kind of minifig I want to use. Do I want to use like a standard minifig that you get with like a Lego? I know that there are some special ones that you get with other model kits, other kit lines, so I'm going to look at those. I have them all in a big bag. I also have a ton of extra parts and stuff that I'm going to be looking at. So, but I thought overall this is a really cool. Price-wise, it was about where you know they all are. They're not. None of them are terribly cheap. $30, $25 to $40 to $50. But I think you get really nice models. I think you get high quality parts. The brickiness, like these extra bricks here, are not too crazy. That's one thing I want to try to go over, is maybe cover or cut off, razor off some of those parts and make them flush. But you get really nice little sturdy bits with some cool interiors, and they resemble what they're supposed to resemble. I like also that some of these are kind of more realistic looking models. So you have these fantastic mechs, but it's like they exist in a slightly futuristic time, you know, of like, you know, 50 years from now or something like that, where you still have trucks and stuff. This guy was a lot of fun. Watch this review. This was a great one. So you have a lot of really cool options with these guys. So pretty cool. Not bad, especially if you like vehicles and like Humvees and stuff like this. This could even be something you get for your military line. That, you know, modern day military line with other lines. You could probably mix this stuff with that quite a bit. So not bad. Next one, like I said, I'm going to be working on my next video, probably Wednesday or Saturday next week. I'll be working on the custom pilot, and then we're going to be reviewing. I have the Titan coming up, and I have a standard one. Just some more reviews on that stuff. So if you continue to like to see this stuff, let me know in the comments, because I do have some other standard toys coming in, not just mech build stuff. So I'm going to be reviewing that as well. So let me know what you think about MyBuild and all the cool designs. Have a good one, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.